Hi guys, so this is episode 1 of the Glyph. It's a series I'm starting that covers on-chain stories. I want to do this because, for one, I enjoy doing that. I love exploring, on-chain data and trying to kind of find anomalies or links or information that can be surfaced. And one thing about on-chain stories is that they're based on absolute truths. They're undeniable, and I think this is unique. And as more time passes and more historical context is added, surfacing this type of information, is for me is kind of similar to unearthing fossils. Before we start, as always, we'll start with some good vibes.
Digital artist Beeple, the final bid, $69 million.
Oh my God. We make money because some other sucker wants to more.
Have fun staying poor. It amazes me that anybody is buying into this.
They are decentralized Ponzi schemes.
The only thing that you have to show is Ponzi schemes. It's all bullshit.
So episode 1 covers a story that was inspired by Jordan Messina, who's the founder of Once Upon, which is the block explorer I use the most. It has a lot of unique features that kind of allow me to sift through transactions quickly across many wallets. And the episode covers these group of accounts that, if you go to Nanson's profit leaderboard, this is the Nanson's NFT profit leaderboard. This is an old screenshot, so I'm sure there's a newer one. But if you look at the top 6 accounts, and this is realized profits, right? So if you look at the highlighted wallets in red, in a red square, I was able to kind of link these together and prove that they are the same person or the same entity. And I did that. I'm going to share that with you today. It's quite the story, because these group of accounts, if you combine their profits, made around 33,000 ETH of realized profits, and that was those profits were realized during the peak of the bull. So that's around $60-70 million, which is insane for insane return for just minting crypto blocks. And I always wonder, like, are these opportunities available today as well, as we anticipate the next bull? So it's really interesting to study these historical moments. So I've created this group of wallets, which includes all these accounts, including the ones I just showed you, which are the main ones and the ones who kind of had the most profits. So these 4 kind of wallets, which I've named as Nansen has named based on their names on OpenSea. And the cool thing about Once Upon is you can kind of sift through transactions across this group of wallets, so you can see them in chronological order. And you can see the wallets were created around 2017. The first ETH sent to the wallet from Polynex Exchange, I think 2000. Yeah, so this was June 10th, 2017. ETH, I think, was around $8 at the time. You can see it here. And immediately, like a few days later, this wallet starts minting CryptoPunks, because that's when Larva Labs released CryptoPunks, the first contract at least. And you can see them minting through. And the way I was able to make this link was, because these transactions are in chronological order across these wallets. You can see the main wallet here, stop minting CryptoPunks, and then send 20 ETH to the first alt, which is Monyo on OpenSea, and then the first alt starts minting CryptoPunks. And this was all within kind of 20 minutes. And the same thing happens over and over again. As you can see here, the first alt stops minting CryptoPunks at 2:39 p.m. The main wallet sends 10 ETH to the second alt, and then the second alt starts minting. And they kind of do that over and over again. And I think at the end they minted almost 1,000 CryptoPunks across the wallets. And they kind of held on to these. If you look at, so this is a kind of a unique view from Parsec, where you can see across all these wallets, you can see their sales. So they held on to these punks for almost 4 years, and then they started selling as the bull market kind of started in the tail end of July 2021. And you can see all these red dots are just sales. They started selling these punks, and a big chunk of them was during the peak of the bull, where punks I think were like 150 ETH, I think, floor price. So again, that's an insane amount of profits. And I think I made also associations with other wallets that also made a lot of profits. So they also minted a lot of Meebits, which you could mint because you own punks. And these wallets, like, if you combine everything, I think was more towards 40,000 ETH in realized profits, so around $80 million if you average out all the sales. The second way I was able to link these accounts, so this was one way, just chronologically how the events happened. It kind of clearly shows that it was the same person, just switching wallets. The second way was, so there are these 2 Gemini deposit accounts. Gemini has unique deposit accounts, and if you kind of, I'll show you what I'm doing here. So Once Upon has a cool feature where you can put in contract addresses in the filter, and what it does, it just filters all the transactions that have this, this address is in the to or from, so, or has been interacted with. So as you can see again, all these accounts have kind of interacted with the same Gemini deposit addresses. So Alt2, Alt1, they've all sent ETH to that deposit address. And you can see at certain points, they also did that, on the same day. Even this, I'll tell you about this wallet in a bit, also interacted with the same Gemini deposit addresses. So these are unique Gemini deposit addresses. So at some point during 2021, all these wallets consolidated their punks, their main kind of value NFTs into this account, which is called Old School Collection, which you can see it here on, if you look at OpenSea, they are currently, 5th in number of punks, 173, so right behind Wilcox. And after I made this connection, I was curious to try to find out if there's anyone, if I can make a link to who owns these wallets. And one way I did that was via ENS, which is the easiest way to do that. So if you go to this wallet and you kind of filter by ENS, what you're going to see is, here we go. At some point in 2022, this wallet received, this OpenSea, this ENS name from this wallet. And what I did was I just checked if this wallet has ever set an ENS name. And interestingly enough, this wallet has, at some point in 2021, set this .eth name as their ENS, as their main ENS. And they set, this is when you associate your ENS with your wallet. So you set reverse ENS. And as I Googled, I found this is the person that sent that ENS name to that wallet. So, I mean, it's not a direct link. It's it doesn't look like a person who's, a degen that minted, punks in 2017 and made a fortune. So, but there is a link here. Maybe, I don't know if anyone knows that person, they can kind of ask them. But this is the head of Web3 at UTA, so they are a Web3 person, but doesn't look like a person who kind of who minted all these punks in 2017. But there is some sort of link here because this transaction where this kind of ENS was sent was just a direct transfer. So, I mean, they kind of initiated this transfer themselves using that wallet. Thank you for watching. This was episode 1. Hopefully, we'll unearth some more kind of amazing stories in later episodes as well. And looking forward to sharing all these with you guys. And if anyone has any tips or stories they want me to look at, my DMs are open.